Alright guys, so it's exactly 11:30 actually, and I'm about to start my meal prep for my meals tomorrow. But this is the last thing that I'm trying to do right now. I would really love to be in bed right now, but I'm really trying to get back on my diet, get back on track with my diet. So, you know, it's really good to, well, at least for me, like I like to have my meals prepped because then it makes me want to cheat less, so to speak. I'm less prone to cheat. See, this is why I need my wife sometimes. She's very, very, very intelligent. She's very book smart, and I'll admit it, I'm not. But you know, with everything, you know, she's, you know, like not good at, I'm good at, and then all things she's good at, I'm not. So it balances out good, you know what I'm saying? Just to go over some stuff here, I'm gonna cook it like very basic. I got some garlic powder, some onion powder, some sea salt, and I cook it with sesame seed oil. I switch sometimes between coconut oil and sesame seed oil. The good thing about coconut oil, it keeps its properties in heat. Olive oil is good, but it turns into a trans fat once it's heated up. And I don't know if sesame seed oil does, but I just like, if sesame seed oil gives it a little bit of flavor. But I got some secret sauce that I like to use sometimes, especially when I'm cooking fish, because I don't really have a problem with taste and stuff like that, but I find fish, especially white fish like tilapia, cod, or whatever, to be very bland, very like, ugh. So I got some secret sauce, Tapatio. My man Jorge right here helps me out. Throw in like perfect pinch garlic and herb. Or I got a new one the other day, which is really good. The roasted garlic and bell pepper, which is pretty bomb. So if you guys ever try that. And yeah, like I said, sometimes I use Tapatio, or when I'm feeling really frisky, I'll use Frank's Red Hot wing sauce. I'm gonna be drinking a gallon of water a day. So if you're drinking that much water, your sodium intake, I mean, as long as it's not super high, you'll be fine, because I mean your body's gonna flush away that water anyway. So but yeah, while I start prepping this stuff, I'll give you guys a little background on my intelligent wife that I was just speaking about a second ago. We've been married, it's coming up in August. It's gonna be 6 years. We got married August 31st in 2009. But yeah, it's coming up on 6 years. It's you know, like any marriage, it hasn't been absolutely perfect, but it's been very, very rewarding. We have two beautiful kids. Gabriel, he's 4 years old. He turned 4 in April. April Fool's baby. I always told my wife that when he's like 16, 17 years old, for one of his birthdays, I'm gonna tell him that I'm not really his dad, just to mess with him a little bit. She doesn't think it's a good idea, but you know, oh well. But yeah, and then we have a beautiful, beautiful little dog. They're sleeping right now, so I can't show them to you guys, but I will later. She turned 1 in May. He's April 1st. She's May 2nd. So yeah, we actually technically have had, we technically, how would I say it, made 3 babies? I can't really say have. Our first pregnancy, unfortunately, you know, didn't go to plan. I was actually in the military. I was in the Marines when me and my wife got married. This is why I'm gonna tell you guys, if you find a good girl, or a good woman, you better hold on to her, because you know, nowadays it's less and less out there. Just to give you an idea, I got married to my wife. Babe, do you remember the day we got married? Like, not the date, but the day of the week. I think it was a Tuesday, wasn't it? Because I remember we got married at the courthouse. Her and her father drove up from Florida. I was stationed in North Carolina, in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Her and her father drove up so we could get married at the courthouse. And then I spent the night with her and her father at the hotel on base. Which I'll give you guys a funny story about that hotel that night. There was 2 beds in the hotel room, and my father-in-law, you know, my newly father-in-law, obviously slept in one. Tiffany, my wife, she went to go sleep in the bed, and I'm over there with the blanket setting up a bed on the floor. And then my father-in-law goes, "Gustavo, what are you doing?" I'm like, "No, I'm just making my bed." He goes, "Man, you're married, man. Go sleep with your wife." I was like, me and Tiffany look at each other like, okay. But it was funny because I didn't even like touch her. Like I slept on one side and she slept on the other. Because it was a little awkward with her dad. Like, you know, the first night I get to have with my wife, you know, my father-in-law is right there. So we just like, you know. But then that next morning they drove back to Florida. And then that next day I shipped out to Iraq. So when I was in Iraq, I stayed there for, 3 months? 3 months, and then we had gotten rumors that we were going to come home early, but half of us were going to go straight over to Afghanistan, and of course, Mr. Lucky over here, I get shipped to Afghanistan. So yeah, and you know, my wife stuck it out, man. You know, thank God she stuck it out with me, because it wasn't easy, because even when I got back, I still didn't see her for like another month and a half, because come back, you gotta get evaluated, you gotta, like, you know, get debriefed, stuff like that. So yeah, me and my wife, so yeah, we've been together now, coming up for 6 years. And it's been awesome. You know, I couldn't have asked for a better wife. You know, God really blessed me. And yeah, she gets a little smart sometimes, but I think she's starting to get that from me. By the way, just a little quick note. If you guys ever see one of these, you guys should definitely invest in it. You put your oil in there, and then whatever oil you like to cook with, then you pump it up a couple times, and then you just spray it instead of, like, you know, dripping it all over the place, which is very convenient. So yeah, so me and McKinney, we've been really trying to get back on our grind with our diet. Like I said before, eating it is actually not the problem for me. Like, eating diet food is not a problem at all. For me, it's the preparation. It's actually making the food. Because, like, sometimes, like, I'll wake up in the morning all pumped, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot to leave the meat out to defrost overnight or something like that. And then I don't feel like letting it defrost, and then I end up getting fast food or whatever. So me, like, you know, I've managed to muster up the energy to get up and, you know, cook some food. Because tomorrow I'm actually doing I'm painting my brother-in-law's porch. I'm painting Tiffany's sister's husband. I'm painting their porch with Tiffany's brother. So I'm painting my brother-in-law's porch with my brother-in-law. So it's kind of fun. So yeah, I want to make sure I have my meals ready for tomorrow and stuff like that. And tomorrow's it's gonna be a heavy lift day at the gym. I don't know yet if we're gonna do legs or back with McKinney. I gotta check with him. Legs is always a little bit tougher because I think, like, I don't have great knees, but I think McKinney really hurt his knee bad when we were younger. So I think leg days are a little harder for him. But he, you know, he pushes through it, so it's good. Today we had our second week of Extreme Horse basketball game, and yours truly beat him again 4-0. He got close the second game, but, you know. Besides our biggest thing going on right now is the move. That's getting, you know, we're getting that out of the way. We're getting ready. Oh, we're also getting ready for our trip to Florida, August 20th. Yeah, 20th, right? Yeah. We're gonna stay there for around 2.5 weeks. We're driving this time. We're gonna go. Like, the first few days, I think we're just gonna rent a hotel, get a hotel room, and stay in Orlando, and get, like, the parks over with for the first couple days, the first few days, because her parents, her family lives like about an hour away from Orlando, so it's kind of a hassle, you know, driving back and forth just to go to all the parks and stuff. So we figured we get a hotel room, knock them all out, you in you know, the first few days, and then just, you know, relax with her family. So that's gonna be good. I think my brother-in-law is going with us. You know, I'll probably, you know, most likely introduce you guys to him later on in later videos. But yeah, for now that's all we got going on. So we're just trying to get the move out of the way. Trying to. Oh, by the way, moving. Let me tell you something. You really never know how much stuff you have until you have to move. Like, I swear, babe, you be buying stuff behind my back, dude. Because like you started packing. And it's like, when did we get this stuff? Like, I don't remember buying. I don't remember going out to, you know, spend money on this stuff. I think my wife be buying stuff without telling me. Because, like, I'm always getting, like, little shipments. Like, my wife is, like, a eBay. So, yeah, we're trying to get the move out of the way. Which, you know, we're pretty excited for our vacation. Like I said, tomorrow, you know, it's going to be a heavy lift day at the gym, so I'm pretty pumped for that. And yeah, we're trying to, you know, I'll keep you guys updated with the progress, you know. So technically tomorrow I'm counting it as, you know, my first day of prep, as they would call it. So I'm really trying to, like, you know, stay focused, because especially I'm trying to use my trip to Florida as, like, you know, a motivational tool. So, and to give myself a reasonable, a decent time frame, you know. I don't want to get my fingers in my eye and get some of them in my eye. But to, you know, see some results, you know, see some progress. Because that's the thing, when you start, if you, you know, dedicate yourself and stuff like that, and you start seeing progress, that's when you're like, oh, you know, now I have, you know, the motivation to keep going and pushing it. So, yeah. I'm just trying to maintain a steady pace on my diet. Working out, you know, it's never really a problem, but it's always the meal preparation. But I'll keep you guys up to date on that, keep you guys up to date with the progress. So, I'll see you next time for the next video. Peace.